Welcome everybody. Damon Harvey, editor of the Profit Business magazine, and this is the second episode of some quick catch-ups that we're doing with local business owners here in Hawke's Bay, and just seeing how they got through lockdown and how they're sort of coming out the other side. Today I'm catching up with Ben Firman, who's part of the team at Engage Media and also the Hawke's Bay app. He works alongside John Norris. And if you haven't heard about the Hawke's Bay app, it is a fantastic resource to use. It's got a business directory and it provides up-to-the-minute news content. And Engage Video, they are video creators and they've put together some fantastic videos for a lot of businesses here in Hawke's Bay. So welcome, Ben. How are you?
Yeah, well, thank you. Thanks for having me, Damon, and welcome to my studio or / garage that I've had to refit as the events have unfolded with COVID-19.
And welcome to my one too. That's what we do. We have to improvise when we're in lockdown.
That's dead right.
Hey, so just going to put you through some quick fire questions. And the first one is a bit of a lightener, but tell me, what did you crave most while you were in lockdown?
Probably peace and quiet would be one thing. We've got two young boys, so we're all grouped together for 5 weeks. But I think just some of the regular things, being able to go out and get a coffee, maybe takeaways every now and again. I think it's those sort of small things that we've been missing pretty much.
And did you manage to, get the takeaways and also the coffee? I know our first takeaway was Pippy Pizza on Saturday evening, but have you had takeaway yet?
Haven't yet. We're waiting for Mother's Day. Yeah, I had the coffee though, for sure.
Good stuff. Okay. Hey, we all got put in lockdown in late March, and you guys are a technology-based business, and I'm just interested to know what sort of technology did you turn to or quickly start using a lot more of?
Zoom. So what we're using right now, the video / call interface system, a bit like Skype used to be, sort of 5-10 years ago. But Zoom seems to be the one that everyone is using, and that's been able to help us keep things going because we've been able to at least chat with people and conduct interviews like we're doing now, and also B, facilitate other people's interviews or meetings. Those sorts of things. So it's been a real avenue for us to try and adapt under these circumstances.
So it'd be fair to say, developing videos, a lot of it event-based, and also being in the media yourselves with Hawke's Bay app, that there has been was quite a bit of an impact on the business.
Yeah, it's been huge. As you mentioned, one side of our business is the video production side, and that is further broken down into two parts. So we have the standard, marketing, social media, website type videos, which is out there or on a set and filming people. And the second part is live streaming, and that was predominantly based around events, so music or functions or sport. And of course, we can't do that with not being allowed to have more than, I think it was at that stage, 50 and then 10 people altogether before level 3 and 4. So that's pretty much put a big dent in that side of things. And obviously, because we have to social distance, means we can't go out there and film anymore. So it's meant that we've had to try and retool to, as I mentioned, use Zoom and use our live streaming skills and readapt them or repurpose them for to help facilitate other people or do things and conduct interviews like this. And for the Hawke's Bay app, it's been, I guess, local news has been needed at the moment, and so it's been really popular. But that has meant that we've had to, deploy a lot more resources into being able to keep news flowing and keep everyone up to date.
One of the staples of the work that you guys do has actually been some council stuff, so live streaming of video of their meetings and the like. And those usually used to be just in one place. Now you got multiple people or multiple places where people are for the meetings. So you've obviously adapted and changed to that as well.
Yeah, so I guess being able to use our skills, and I mean, people can Zoom amongst small groups or even large groups, but being able to then share slides and do all that sort of stuff takes sort of another order of magnitude of skill or coordination, and then to live stream on top of that. So that's where we've been able to upskill or retool what we're doing, and be able to use that as a platform for councils and other sort of essential services during this time to get info out to everyone.
So your job predominantly, you're out and about a lot. Now you've been locked down and you've been based at home. What's the daily routine been?
I guess it's probably been you sort of mark either side of the 1 o'clock updates for us, because obviously we're a news service being inside the Hawke's Bay app. So it's I guess split into morning and afternoon, and pretty much organising what people need to know about, or what stories need to go out in the morning. Having that sort of 12 o'clock lunchtime, midday, or 1 o'clock live streaming session with the Prime Minister and the Ministry of Health, and then after that as well, just following up and coordinating with the Hawke's Bay DHB with what our local figures are. That has been, I guess, the background of what's going on with the Hawke's Bay app, and I guess just keeping things going as well day to day with if there's other people that need to have their meetings facilitated, and that's sort of an ongoing process of just coordinating throughout our networks of where we can sort of fill gaps and help live stream for the general public.
If you were able to predict that we were going to be all struck down by a pandemic and be forced to go and work from home, what do you think would have been some of the things that you would have put in place to make it a bit easier, or to plan out and operate your business?
I think ultimately we probably would have done the same things, but obviously we would have coordinated it earlier. So I think ultimately we came to pretty well the right conclusion in terms of setting up, a base or a system here that we can help coordinate at both our business and the products and services that we offer. I guess we would have maybe used our networks earlier to I guess show off, or not show off, but for lack of a better term, show what products and services we have, I guess, earlier, before, as things were coming down the line. I think when it sort of started to jump from level 3 to level 4, that happened so quickly that I think everyone was so concerned about keeping their own business alive, or how they're going to work from home and that sort of thing, that I don't think we would have been able to. It wouldn't have been very effective to try and say, hey, we can offer you this right now. We would have probably been low priority, while everyone else was just trying to adapt to the rapidly changing situation. I guess probably. So the takeaway is offering up our products and services earlier, before everyone had to lock down, I guess. Yeah.
So you've turned to being in front of the camera a little bit.
Yeah.
You've got a partner that's a breakfast DJ and has spent a lot of time in front of the camera herself. Did you get any tips from her at all?
Plenty, yeah. So Megan, my fiance, she's on the Hits radio station. So make sure you tune in. Please do, and I for my own safety. But normally, as you say, I'm normally behind the camera, so this is a new experience for me. I think that I've been adjacent to being with presenters and working in front of the camera, so it wasn't too much of a jump. But there are still a lot of skills there. But I think needs must. It's just this is part of what we had to do to get the business to keep going and keep functioning and help get the word out there and help facilitate news. So that's what I did. It's not something that I'm naturally inclined towards, but.
And do you think you'll keep it up?
We'll see if there's a huge need for it, or if there's a huge demand. I'm not. Yeah, depending on that, we can reassess at a later date. Yeah. So maybe perhaps there's a way that someone else can come and do these, can present in my place.
Yeah. As you progress through the lockdown stages and stuff, what does the recovery look like for your business?
I guess it depends on the detail a little bit about what level 2 will look like, specifically around social distancing. So we may be able to get out there and start filming adverts or business products and that sort of a thing, I guess, albeit adhering to the right, I guess, health and safety standards. I So that's one side of it. I think I don't see events, music events, sporting events, that sort of thing coming back for a while. So I think, yeah, that's going to be one that's going to be a long way away, I think, before people feel confident that the health situation um, is adequately covered, and also there's the economic ability to actually come back and sort of spend on those sorts of things. I think there's going to be a lot of hunkering down. Um, yeah, I think that's probably the two major takeaways from the video side. I think, the Hawke's Bay app, I think we can just keep hunkering down and just keep getting the info out there. So from that side of things, I think we're okay.
You've got a lot of the stuff on Hawke's Bay app that people can use on a daily basis. You've got your directory, obviously the news content and stuff, and the benefit of push notifications and stuff like that. So you've obviously seen quite a bit of an uptake in people looking at the app and stuff over this period.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a dramatic surge. We're currently sitting at about 17,000 downloads. And I think there's probably been about 2,500 extra downloads within the last 4 weeks, I would say. And our page views, I think monthly, was sort of north of about 650,000 page views a month, which is, I mean, massive for us. That was a large leap, but I guess we'd like to think we're getting the useful information out there, and yeah, hey, hopefully we're becoming more of a known quantity now. And
so the benefit of is it you've built a stronger audience. You've got people probably going to the app more often than what they had in the past. And the COVID 1:00 announcements and stuff has probably helped that. So you would hope that the business is sort of heading into a stronger patch coming outside of it, because people may be a little bit more habitual to using the app.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's allowed us, this gap here has allowed us hopefully to form habits in people's routines, so that they know that if they need local information, then they can get that on the app. We've also been sort of drawing together as much as we can local businesses who are able to deliver or who are open, and creating a specific directory for that. So again, just trying to I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess we can do the work for people, so we can draw that information together, and then it's in one place, so they don't have to go sort of scrolling through Google and going, is my favorite restaurant open or not? Then we'll, hopefully we have a fairly huge list of these people are open, and go and support them. Yeah.
We're a growing region where great things grow here. And so how do you think that holds us as we sort of head into there has been this turbulence or tumultuous time? How do you think it looks for the Hawke's Bay economy?
It's interesting doing these interviews. I've had the ability to chat with people I guess I normally wouldn't get to or get to reach out to, and one of them was an economist, Sean Bevan, and he gave me some interesting information. I mean, we know that we are the fruit bowl of the nation, so agriculture and horticulture, they are still they're still exporting, and people still need to eat. So from that point of view, I think that's a good base, that at least those industries are fairly resilient. My understanding is that we have a fairly good manufacturing sector here, like in Onikawa. And I think what was surprising to me was that the tourist industry here, I mean, you see cruise ships coming in and out, but that only represents about 15 to 25% of the total, I guess, tourists coming through are from international background. So potentially, when level 2 comes around, or level 1, when we can go interregionally again, ideally Hawke's Bay can pick up where it left off with the tourist operators, because I know that's going to be an industry that's going to be particularly hard hit. And I know there's a big surge at the moment to try and help buy local with hospitality in particular. So I think there's some silver linings, but I think depending on which industry you're in, it's going to be it could be a long time, or it could be fairly resilient. So it just depends.
Yeah. Hey, look, Ben, it's been fantastic catching up with you. Wish you all the best as the rules are relaxed as we move forward. Best of luck for Hawke's Bay app and Engage, and look forward to catching up in person very soon.
Yeah, look forward to it too, Damon. Thanks very much.